مسؤول وكالة حماية البيئة يعترف بطريق الخطأ بأن الوكالة تستر على التسمم في شرق فلسطين.
What's up, everybody? Ron Placone here reporting for Status Coup. Now, we have some breaking news around East Palestine. I know there is so much going on in the world right now, and we're going to be talking about a lot of it later today on the stream as of the recording of this. But there is some breaking news in East Palestine where an EPA official named Mark Durno, who was on a hot mic, he didn't know he was being recorded, but he admits to a lot of stuff. I mean, basically, he admits that the detonation that they did, I'll do a very quick refresher, although I know a lot of you have been following East Palestine along with us here at Status Coup. There was a train derailment in East Palestine. They decided to detonate the chemicals as a safe, quote-unquote, safe removal. They determined that it was safe and that there was no danger with the plume or anything like that, told residents to stay home or go back home if they left. It wasn't safe at all. And Status Coup was on the ground reporting. People were getting sick. People were getting ill. They were getting rashes. They were vomiting, all kinds of stuff. But the EPA and everybody said, oh, yeah, no, you're fine. Why did they do that? Why did they say they were fine? Well, because if they didn't, the train companies would have had to foot the bill for the residents. So they said they didn't want to hurt these powerful train companies that spend a lot of money lobbying. That's basically what happened. But it turns out, as this guy will speak about on this hot mic, that they did know how dangerous it was. They don't know what water quality is going to be like. Basically, they've been lying to the people of East Palestine for 8 months, and for 8 months, all the on-the-ground reporting done here at Status Coup was 100% accurate. Now, shout out. This audio was obtained by Savage Joy, which if you don't know Savage Joy, check out her show. She has a wonderful show, Postmortem Breakdown, and also it's been about a year. I think it's been about a year ago today where Savage Joy was here in Southern California and she got high for the first time. I know this for a fact because I was the supplier in this scenario, and the video is quite hilarious. I think you can check it out on her Facebook page. But we made a fun little video when Joy was high for the first time. But anyway, not to digress, let's get straight to the leaked audio.
And I'll be the first to acknowledge that it's taken way too long to get that assessment done. The creeks, it should have happened.
Other creeks. Yeah,
you
been
way before
it
should have happened a long time ago. But like all these,
and again, I can tell you why, but you don't want to hear that. What you want to hear is the job's going to get done.
So there they admitted that they took way too long to test the creeks or anything like that. They're like, oh, yeah, things are fine, except we're not really testing stuff. All right, so let's hear more of this. Let's go to the next clip.
But at the end of the day, what we should have been advising was, listen, there are these, just like I was telling you earlier, Jen, all these chemicals are below our threshold, but they're there.
That's a problem, though.
They're there. They're in the community.
Yeah.
But they're below our, emergency action
levels.
levels.
Is that a problem?
You can go home, but just be aware, they're still low level.
but they
That's
have
what
to
should have been done.
go home.
Yeah, should they have gone home after that first week?
I don't know the answer to that.
Should they have gone home after you told them to go home? I don't know the answer to that. He just said it. I don't know the answer to that. So they advise people, go home, it's fine, it's no big deal. They didn't actually know that. You just heard him say it. Should they have gone home? You heard Savage Joy ask the question, should they have gone home? I don't know the answer to that. Wow. There's more. There's more clips here, folks. We're not done. Let's go to the next one, Colin.
That's why when I tell you I'm 100% confident in groundwater, I'm not telling you I'm 100% confident in groundwater in 10 years. I'm telling you that I'm 100% confident in groundwater now. And if we do the environmental cleanup right, no groundwater should be impacted.
Wow. Okay. So I honestly don't exactly know how he crosses that T. You're still not exactly sure on the damage the plume caused, on the damage of the explosion. There's been footage of the creeks where this water is clearly a different color. It's clearly contaminated, poisoned water. There's been dead fish springing up everywhere. How are you 100% confident that nothing got into any of the groundwater tables? How can you say that with 100% confidence if you can't say what it'll be like 10 years from now? Well, something's eventually going to seep in. Like, I don't understand how he's getting to that. Oh, it's totally safe now. Trust me, even though we sent people home and we didn't know they should be home or not. But trust me, the groundwater's totally safe now. I can say that with utmost confidence. I can't say what it'll be in 10 years, though. I feel like you can't say it with the utmost confidence now or in 10 years. That's what I'm thinking. But let's go to some more audio here.
And one of the demands that has been asked for by the concerned citizens is, why aren't you doing indoor testing? And indoor testing is complicated. There are a whole lot of chemicals that are in people's homes that have nothing to do with the trend around them. We go in there and start sampling, we're going to see it. And, I assure you, the next, once that data is present, why are these chemicals in my house?
But outside.
Boy, that was one of the most reassuring things I have ever heard in my life. Wow, there's a member of the EPA just going, we don't want to test the water in people's homes because there's a good chance the water's already really shitty. And it's not even from the train derailment. It's just always shitty. We just always have shitty water because, we're all corrupt and bought off and we don't care. And this is arguably not even a first world country anymore. I mean, I think by some metrics, the United States isn't. I mean, by some metrics, the United States has been knocked down to developing country. And by the way, all of that is a policy choice. All of those are choices. The United States has the resources and wealth to honestly have the best quality of life in the world, really. The United States is the richest country in the world, pretty much. Yet we make policy choices like this. And here's a guy just saying, be like, the water might already be terrible. So we don't want you to blame something on the train derailment that might have just been like, oh, no, it was already this terrible. So we're just not going to go into your homes. Wow. He's saying this all as if he's the voice of reason, too. Oh, boy. All right, let's get to some more audio.
I know that you're not in the medical community or anything, but do you feel that maybe some of these illnesses are from the early lifting of the evacuation order when it was still...
So I believe that the illnesses, and this is just opinion, this is way out of my lane.
That's kind of what...
This is just a group of people talking around the table, right?
Right.
My position on it is I do believe that some of the ongoing health concerns are from early exposures, either that weekend or that next week. But I do believe that probably is happening.
I think that's a safe belief, Mark. I think that's a really safe belief that you expressed there. That, yeah, people were getting health problems because you all told people they can go home and you had no idea of the safety of it. In fact, it wasn't safe and you didn't bother telling people that. So, yeah, Mark, I think that's a very safe assumption that people were getting sick because of exposure to chemicals when you told them it was okay, when your organization told people it was okay because you didn't want the train companies to have to foot a bill. So that is all the audio we have. We will post a link to the full audio to Savage Joy's show and the full audio. I recommend checking it out. We just wanted to kind of break it down and summarize it for you here. But please check out Savage Joy's audio. Check out her show. And shout out to her. And this just goes to show you, these are the only types of places where you can get these stories. Status Quo was on the ground for, I don't remember the exact amount of time, but Status Lou was on the ground for weeks in East Palestine, Jordan was on the beat as well in East Palestine. Status Quo was there. Savage Joy was there. Now, these are all entities that have a fraction of a fraction of a fraction of the resources of the corporate media. Savage Joy, for those of you who know her, she's legally blind. She can't even drive. And yet she is traveling to East Palestine to ask questions of people that none of the corporate media is asking. I mean, that's just, wow. I mean, it's mind-boggling. Here in the United States, where we have a corporate media with infinite resources, money coming out the wazoo because they get advertising dollars from defense contractors. And yet, if you want to know what's really going on in East Palestine, we need a blind woman to take a bus and ask the EPA questions. And we need indie outlets like Status Quo. And the only way we can do anything like this is because of you guys. Your membership makes what we do possible. And here it is. They just admitted that they knew nothing about the safety. They didn't care. They know nothing about what's going on with the groundwater. I don't see how he can say, oh, I guarantee the safety now. I don't know what's going to happen in 10 years now. You don't even know the effects of everything that happened. You don't know about the chemical effects. You don't know what's going on in the water tables present. You don't even know the present condition about the water in East Palestine. So how can you say it's 100% safe? That guy said it's 100% safe, and then a little while later said, oh, I mean, we don't want to sample stuff in people's homes because there might already be weird shit in there. I thought you said it was 100% safe. This is remarkable. It is remarkable what this guy just revealed when he didn't know he was being recorded. So, turns out, if you want to get the real story about what's going on anywhere, you have to do this crazy thing called going there and talking to people, talking to the residents, talking to local officials, talking to members of the EPA, and asking them the right questions, which is what Savage Joy did, and hoping that they're going to be honest with you. Maybe because they didn't know they were being recorded. Wow. So shout out to Savage Joy for that again. And thank you all for your support of Status Quo, for allowing us to be on the beat out there for so long. And it turns out everything we were telling you was the freaking truth. And everything the corporate media was telling you was a freaking lie. Same thing that goes on in Flint. Same thing that goes on in New Jersey. Same thing that went on with the UAW strike. Man. Turns out if you really want to know the truth about somewhere, you have to go there and talk to people. There's even a word for that. It's called journalism. Sadly, in the United States, it's the exception, not the rule. So there you have it. And, shout out to the residents of East Palestine who are still struggling through this. It's criminal what they're going through. And it's criminal that the government just completely turned their back on them and hung them out to dry and instead favored the corporations. It's tragic, but it's par for the course because that's the United States for you. This is Ron Placone for Status Quo, signing out.